Greetings, everyone. This is Rock and Roll Swap Convention with the Weekly Comic Roundup. We've covered, well, most of this week's books. Now it's down to the last batch. Kicking things off, we've got Batman Superman World's Finest, number 12. So, early on in the series, during the first arc, it was made clear that Supergirl and Robin had some issues with one another. And so, we learn what those issues are with this issue. However, also a story of a man being evicted from a man in Gotham. His landlord shows up, not exactly complete guy owes rent, but doors open. Apparently, the guy had a monkey. But, of course, it's against the rent, so... Or against the law, too. The building dude lives in is a zone for monkeys. The landlord says, guy brings the monkey back, both of them get evicted. So, apparently, Dick's overthinking his upcoming date with Supergirl. Also, Dick is talking about how the date went. It's now after the date. So, and also designing a new costume, which, well, it's his initial Nightwing costume. But first, we learn how it is that came to go on a date with one another. So, there was a Man-Bat invasion of Boston. Black Lightning was there. Supergirl was there, and Robin was there. Robin got snatched up by one of the Man-Bats. Supergirl was like, and dropped, and Supergirl was like, crap, I got 8 seconds to deal with what I'm dealing. Break away and rescue and save Robin. But Robin saved himself. And so Supergirl asked him out. She goes over possible outfits, eventually finds what she likes, gets to the restaurant, and discovers that Robin is there in costume. So, well, quick change into her costume, and apparently Robin figured since she asked it in costume, well, they should probably do this in costume. And, well, also Robin didn't want to, didn't know if Supergirl had a secret identity to protect, but Robin talks a lot about himself, and I would figure it's in part just being nervous. He's a teenage boy, and, well, yeah. But, so the guy, he does tell Supergirl a bit about his past. But the missing monkey pops up in front of a truck hauling bowling balls. The truck crashes, bowling balls spill out. And Robin says, hey, there's something going on, so we should probably do something about it. And a bus comes along, and, well, Robin leaps into action, and shortly thereafter, Supergirl joins him. They do what they can to make sure as few people as possible are struck by the bowling balls, and the monkey is rescued and got back to its owner. Afterwards, they asked for the check, and apparently Robin dropped his wallet. Or apparently forgot to get cash, and, well, So Supergirl picks up the check. Um, they discuss things, and but Supergirl and Superman discuss the whole thing afterwards, and there are. She basically decides she doesn't like who she is around him, and Superman tells her that it's the most mature thing that she could have said. People work years in therapy to gain insights like that, and he's proud of her. Batman just kind of says, "Hey, look, Robin, just take the L, you know." But the best thing is take the L, move on. And Robin agrees, and then asks if Talia has a sister, and that is where the issue ends. So a date gone wrong. Yeah, that would explain the animosity between the two of them in that first arc. Fun issue, and I'm pretty sure I keep mentioning this every month, but The World's Finest is probably one of the best books that DC's putting out right now. I blame the creative team that they're firing on also. Mark Wade is Mark Wade, and Dan Morris just his pencils are just perfect. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Catwoman number 52. Where we left off, Selina was in jail for the destruction of the Ace Chemical Plant and the murders of Valmont and Amygdala. But an attorney is showing up claiming that no, Selina's not to blame. Meanwhile, Aiko and Dario are working together as Catwoman and Tomcat. Aiko has a meeting with the other heads of the family, other family heads in town, and so they have a drink before she goes for a meeting. Gotham County Jail. The attorney lays out the evidence that apparently, according to the autopsies, both Valmont and Amygdala were killed by the explosion. Though Selina's like, no, I was there. I know what happened, and so. But the attorney is adamant that they can't just choose who to throw. Gotham's justice system is all about just choosing who to throw in jail, and and mainly she wants, more than anything though, this attorney wants Punchline locked up. Also, among other things that occurred is that Selina's kind of becoming, making friends within the block, getting stuff from the outside brought in. And teaching some skills. Such as how to be a good thief. They're doing well, except that for one problem. The girls aren't exactly doing too well at keeping an eye on their own stuff. But one of them grabbed a pair of scissors from the nurse's station. But, the scissors were noticed. Selina bumps into her and pockets the scissors herself and takes the blame. Gets thrown back in solitary, where she's visited by Duchess, bearing a note from, Bruce. explaining that he doesn't know how secure this is, so it's a test. Nothing too secure should travel by cat. Bruce explains he fed Duchess and thinks Dario did too. But a response is sent to Bruce via Duchess. At the meeting of the families, Aiko throws a kunai at Black Mask, explaining, however, though Black Mask likes to act like he's just proving her point that she should be part of the the quote unquote gentleman's club. Crazy and emotional, but Aiko says it's a gift for Black Mask to hold on to it, and she swears that the kunai belonged to her father, and she swears on the edge of her father's blade that if Black Mask sees her in the same room with Catwoman again, to kill her with it. Dario has a run with his ex, tases him, and explains, and basically says, yeah, they're over, they're done. But along the way, Aiko and Dario change into their Catwoman and Tomcat outfits. Though Aiko explains that the meeting goes well as hoped. They don't trust her enough yet to discuss any plans openly, but there's still plenty they can. There are things that they know they can take care of. Selena gets another note from Bruce, and she's managed to be able to slip out of solitary and meet some of the girls in the chapel. Apparently, she knows who some. Turns out that she asked Bruce to check a few names for her. One of them can exhale a type of fear toxin from after working close to a scarecrow. Then there's Scorpiana. While she doesn't have most of her cybernetic enhancements, she's still stronger than most people. Then there's Vox. Easily take the guards. And the one from the girl who Selena saved from being tossed in solitary for stealing a pair of scissors, Lady Clayface. And so, their lesson at night is learning how to fight. And it seems to be going quite well. But and apparently the response that she got from Bruce states that that Selena's the world's greatest criminal, and that she needs to make the others look up to her, and that is where the issue ends. I'm digging this arc. I'm getting some familiar vibes from the beginning of Ed Brubaker's run on Daredevil. It could just be the not so much starting off, but in part due to the fact that by the end of Ram V's run, a lot of what Selena had been basically taken from her. And so Teenie Howard is her arc, begins with Catwoman kind of rising back up, only to fall even lower and end up in prison. So yeah, like I said, there's similarities, but I get a lot of similar vibes, but it's similar vibes, but still different, if that makes sense. Moving on though to our next book, we've got Nightwing number 101. So where we've left off, first off in the Nightwing not the Nightwing annual, but before issue 100, Nightwing discovered he has an imp. And he managed to prevent demons from attacking a young girl who's in possession of Blockbuster's soul. She was being attacked by demons and by Neron. But Nightwing got an assist from Nightmite and Bitewing, who had been enchanted by Nightmite to be able to speak. Also, Dark Crisis happened. Titan's Tower was destroyed. And the decision has been made after Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman basically said they want Dick to take a larger role in the superhero community. Basically, lead the new Justice League. So, it's not going to be Justice League. It's going to be Titans, and they're going to be based out of Bloodhaven. So, Neron is not happy with the failure of his demons in retrieving Blockbuster's soul. Especially knowing that Raven is involved in her defense. And, well, Neron doesn't want to piss off Trigon. In the kingdom of Latavia, the king has been replaced by a demon. The Grinning Man. Outside Bloodhaven, the girl who's in possession of Blockbuster's soul is under the protection of Raven, and also being trained by Raven, and occasionally also by Beast Boy. But it's good natured, at least. But Nightwing comes to check on her. But Starfire's got a call. Apparently, a dead body's been found underneath Titan's Tower. Dick's already on site when Starfire arrives, burrowing down to where the body is and removing rubble over it. It is apparently, though, the King of Latavia. Amanda Waller shows up. Not exactly happy about this development. But the coroner is it's strange. Information seems to be contradictory. The king's been dead apparently for weeks, but it's stated he was last seen just a couple days ago in Latavia. And the coroner knocks out Dick and assumes his form as it's the Grinning Man. But basically, by masquerading as Nightwing, he's able to hopefully get close to. He'll be able to get the soul of Blockbuster after all. And we have a backup story, and unlike most DC backup stories, rather than focusing on a separate character, this is focusing also on Nightwing. Giving some more detail about his training of Superman. But they see a pair of trapezes, and the rope that they're using is cut. Dick notices this, and but something's off, and Superman checks for explosives, fine, and the place is evacuated as it explodes. And that is where the issue ends. I like that we're getting a Nightwing and Superman backup, at least for the moment. I do have to wonder if that'll last, but we'll see. Anyways, moving on to our next book, we've got Batman: One Bad Day, Clayface. So, there have been multiple Clayfaces in DC Comics. Probably the most prolific one is Basil Karlo. However, if your familiarity with Clayface started with, say, Batman the Animated Series, Basil's origin might still seem familiar, though his name won't, as there is a Clayface named Matt Hagen as well, and for the purposes of the animated series, Matt Hagen was given Basil Karlo's origin. More recently, Basil Karlo has somewhat reformed and even worked closely with the Bat family. But, well, things have changed, and, well, after Dark Crisis, it seems he scampered off to L.A. in an attempt to revitalize his acting career under an assumed name, Clay, and eventually he gets a but like most aspiring actors, screenwriters, and so forth in Hollywood, he's working at a restaurant, working with others, a stand-up comic, screenwriter, and some other actors. So the stand-up, it turns out that Clay and the stand-up comic are both auditioning for the same part. The part is in basically a movie based on the Joker. As I recall, it's supposed to be a romantic comedy. Reading it, this is supposed to be more of a romantic comedy that built around the Joker origin story that was from Alan Moore's Killing Joke, and also named The Killing Joke. So that said, Karlo delivers an intense reading, and it's great, but it's not what they're looking for. Well, the comic got the job, and so Basil drowns him in Clay and takes his place. Goes to the shoot and does it the way Basil does the way he wanted to do it, and it was like, yeah, no, that's not what we're trying to do. The director looks rather similar to oh God, what was the character's name? The Tom Cruise character from Tropic Thunder. One of the greatest performances of Tom Cruise's career, bar none. But after griping at him, a casting director comes to the trailer and gets drowned in Clay and replaced by Clayface, and does the same to various others involved in the picture. Les Grossman, that's the character, yeah. And he ends up killing the producer and taking his place and holds a big party. Invites some of his surviving friends over, and but they do kind of point out that the comedian vanished. No one's seen him, and he's an Angelino. It's not like he can run away anywhere. But He reveals his true nature to them. One of them calls 911. Clayface escapes as the cops show up, but, well, Batman's already after him, and apparently Basil's killed 9 people. But he has Batman's got a gadget to keep Clayface imprisoned. And inside, well, he asks about, he kind of forms all those he killed and for group therapy-ish. But that is where the issue ends. I've really been digging these One Bad Day one-shots. I think the only one that I've been a little meh on was the Two-Face one, but so far the rest have just been just absolutely spectacular. Moving on to our last book for the week, we've got Punisher War Journal Base. So the Punisher has taken over the Hand and also killed Ares, the God of War, and become the new God of War. He's also had faced led the Hand against the Fist and come out, well, victorious. Or maybe it's more a case of neither side won, but yeah. So, like most of these one-shots, this is a flashback detailing the time between Frank Castle's return from Sian Kong and the death of his family. So him and Maria are in couples counseling. The therapist has insisted that Frank keep a journal. Well, apparently at a Little League game, there's a kid on the team, and the kid fumbled a pitch, and, well, the dad was drunk, and, yeah, shouting at the kid. Everyone was kind of ignoring him. And afterwards, he'd gotten drunker, and in the parking lot, he smacked the kid around and smacked his wife around. So, guy went out to piss against the wall, and Frank shoved his face into the wall. But the Castles are living in suburbia. Things seem to be going all right. They've their neighbors know who they are, and Frank is trying to reacclimate to civilian life. But Halloween comes along, and he dresses as like a bank robber to take the kids trick-or-treating, while Maria dresses as a pirate. There's also a block party. Frank talks with some of the neighbors who have opinions about warfare and want his opinion, having actually been in the armed forces. Doesn't seem anyone seems entirely likes what he has to say. And that night, Frank takes the dog out for a walk. He heard a scream earlier, but it's mentioned that his dog is peeing on a car, mentioned by the Russian. And then some people come out of a specific house on the block. It looks to be Manucci, especially with the Russian being involved. But Frank goes around to the back. He just wants to be sure. Well, yeah, there's 3 people in the basement being tortured. Frank deals with the guards outside, makes his way in, and finds a naked man bound and gagged. Frees the guy, but he basically lets everyone know that, hey, there's someone else here, and, well, Frank deals with all of them. but he ends up getting him a sedative and knocked out. Comes to in the basement. Manages to get free and kills the doc. Frees the family. Apparently, they're relatives of people testifying against the Nucci's. But Frank starts a fire in the basement. Everyone gets out and the house goes up. But Frank's dog got killed. Buries the dog in the backyard, and Maria sees this and kind of looks in the nose that, yeah, he was involved in what happened. And that is where the issue ends. I'm liking these one-shots. Kind of going more into Frank Castle's life. To a point, I kind of feel like at the end of the current Punisher run, there's going to be a whole thing where the Beast was able to, through divine mystical abilities, kind of basically kind of change Frank's past, or at the very least, the memories, how he and Maria remember the past. That would make sense because these are some very drastic retcons. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. As always, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Links to my Facebook, Twitter, Patreon, and PayPal can be found in the description box down below. This is Rock and Roll Spock signing off saying, live long and rock hard.